Hello, I'm Katia. I'm from Peru, and you are watching DC Born Grove on YouTube.
Scooters, more electric scooters are coming to Medellin, Colombia. But how do they operate? Follow along.
You're watching DC Born Rob, Racing Borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC Born Rob or DC Rob. This is just a quick video about electric scooters. You know, those annoying things laying all around the streets of your town, probably, if you live in a big city. Well, they're going to be laying around and probably under somebody's car in Medellin. I hope not. I hope not in Medellin, Colombia. But who's the governing body? How do they operate? All this good stuff. And they'll tell you in this story how many more they sold last year to Medellin and to Bogota. So these things are going to be running around soon. Let's just jump into this story real quick. Skateboards everywhere and without rules for their control. Despite the rise of this mode of transport in the city, there is still no clarity about its use and how to attend to its accidents, which already are just 35 this year. Experts asked to review current regulations. A scene has become common in the city, especially on Regional Avenue. Along with the fast vehicles that circulate there, you can also see how a man drives an electric skateboard at the same speed. What's more, the daredevil decides to cross from the right lane to the left without even stopping to look back. Electric skateboards have become a mobility option for those who do not have enough money for a private vehicle or for those who do not want to use public transportation. In fact, in 2022, more than 18,000 electric skateboards were sold in the country. The second city that reported the most sales was Medellin, after Bogota. However, the spread of its use, dating back to 2018, has raised questions that 5 years later remain unresolved in the absence of a clear regulation. One of them has to do with how the mobility secretariats deal with an accident in which one of these vehicles is involved. In Medellin, between 2022 and 2023, 43 and 35 road incidents have been reported, respectively, in which electric skateboards have been involved. They include only damages as well as injuries. In Bejo and Itagüí, there are no records of accidents in the last 3 years. In Envigado, there are no recent cases. Only one dead driver was recorded in El Esmeralda in October 2019. Even so, the highway authorities differ in the method to deal with such emergencies. While in Bejo, they indicate that due to a lack of jurisprudence from the Ministry of Transportation, their guards would be prevented from attending to cases even in those that would have been injured. In Medellin and Envigado, they indicated that these are their authority. To the disparity in the concepts of the authorities must be added the lack of regulatory knowledge of some companies that market these vehicles and do not transmit the information to their customers. They don't talk about regulation, only about how to brake and how to accelerate. It is already because one is finding out and reading on the internet about safety when using these vehicles. That is when one realizes that skateboards cannot be used everywhere and that you have to carry some security elements when doing so, added an owner of these vehicles. Tangled Standard. There are two legal elements for electric skateboards in Medellin. The first is Resolution 160 of 2017 of the Ministry of Transportation. In this, the national entity conceptualizes that these should be considered mopeds. And under that cataloging, they should be registered in the front by the manufacturers or importers. They must also have a reflective plate on their back. And to use it, the driver must have an A1 license as well as SOT insurance. However, non-compliance with these rules is general in the city. It is noteworthy that the resolution does not provide guidelines for attention to accidents caused by skateboards. Given the rise of this means of transport in the city, in 2019, the Mayor's Office of Medellin issued a circular that provided recommendations for the use of electric skateboards. In it, the Ministry of Mobility indicates that the minimum age to drive them is 16 years, that the maximum speed is 20 kilometers per hour, and that it is prohibited to drive them through the Metro Plus lanes, issues that are rarely met. The circular does not mention accidents either, which leaves users and authorities confused. Given this panorama, mobility experts indicate that the crossfire of regulations prevents a clear vision of the attention and the number of incidents that occur in a borough involving skateboards. According to what they said, the matter is deepened by the delay that links the new ways of mobilizing to the law. For example, in all these years, the only case in which it was fully identified that an electric skateboard was involved dates from 2018 on Avenida 33 when a skateboard driver collided with a dump truck and unfortunately died. But from there to there, we do not know if there have not been more cases or if in the records the authorities link skateboard drivers in a different category, such as pedestrians, said Edwin Salazar, professor of the Security Research Group wrote of the University of Antioquia. They asked for exclusive routes. Salazar also said that the same lack of regulation that leaves gray areas in the issues of road incidents also affects road traffic. In fact, in the 2017 resolution, the ministry prohibited circulation on bike paths or bike paths. However, the 2019 circular authorized the use of said vehicles on these roads. For this reason, the teacher Andres Diaz, specialist in mobility, pointed out that a clearer regulation is urgently needed on the subject, but that he advocates for skateboards to have their own spaces. Because if the proliferation of skateboards goes against pedestrians and cyclists, we are going to have a very complicated problem, he pointed out. While this is happening, the users of the skateboards will continue rolling without knowing what are the rules that should cover them, even when electric skateboards for asphalt and dirt. To ride an electric skateboard, a certified and fastened helmet must be worn. In addition, you should not exceed 20 kilometers per hour. Skateboards must project a white light at the front and a red light at the rear. The use of mobile devices should be avoided while driving, and reflective elements should be worn. And after 6 p.m. pedestrian areas should not be used, and it is possible to circulate in the center of the road lanes and sections where there is no cycling infrastructure. Okay, so there you go, guys. They're laying all over the city, probably just like your city. Not that bad here in Houston and San Antonio and Austin, off the chain, especially Austin, because UT is there and they're laying all over the city, and no one's wearing a helmet. It says right on it, you should be wearing a helmet as you ride down the street all wobbling. Anyway, I just wanted to put this quick story out. I had this story actually done 2 days ago, but I went out sick yesterday and the night before, 2 nights ago. It was just, I just been down for the past day and a half. But I already had this prepared. But I wanted to end on this too. I did a video the other day about YouTube. I did a rant. I took it down because I don't like to put negative things out there. I was just frustrated with YouTube flagging me. How am I supposed to do the news without reporting the news? It's their news. All this, you can't use this word, you can't use that word. I don't want to have to, oh, this guy was poked the other day and tickled and somebody jabbed him with a knife. I mean, I don't want to have to go through all that. It's difficult enough to translate it. I have to translate it, take that translation, have it adjusted, change the story so that it makes sense grammatically. Because all this he, she, all the pronouns, it's just a mess. It's a mess. It's a lot of work. I mean, I put a lot of work into this, but I think it's a benefit. A lot of you guys let me know it's a benefit to you guys that are traveling down there and want to travel safely. So I'm going to continue on with it, but I got to make a change. I can't stay with YouTube. I did a video, a short about Travis Rudolph being found guilty. They flagged me for that. I didn't even use the M word in that one. It's insane. So I'm tired of dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. And I put a lot of time and effort into this to rush to get it out, to get news out on time. And then all of a sudden they flag me and say, okay, you can't monetize it. Or if you monetize it, only the people who pay, you'll get a 1 cent from them. And which are people like me, because again, I pay to not see commercials. It's YouTube Plus or whatever it's called, where I paid $15.99. It was $12.99, I think. I think it's $15.99 now. And I don't watch commercials. I can save videos, I can download videos and watch them on the plane. It is a benefit. It's $15. I spend $15 on a meal. So why not $15 a month to get rid of commercials? I don't know how you look at commercials. I don't know how anyone skip, wait 4 seconds. Now you can skip. Now here's another one and stuff scroll. I can't do that. So I just paid a $15. And I would suggest that you do too. But I have to find another platform. I'm going to continue on. It's just in what format am I going to do it? But again, I do this channel just for 2 reasons: to encourage you to travel, number 1, and to be safe when you are traveling. So I will continue on. Anyway, travel safe. Have a good weekend. Headed to Medellín, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. If you're in Medellín and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Maury. Contact information in the description below. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know that you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media.
Dating in Colombia can be confusing for foreign men. Plus, dating in Colombia can be outright dangerous. With ChicaCheck, you can date with confidence by screening your date first for past issues. Visit ChicaCheck.co and create your free account today.